Well, we're here at the Capitol today meeting with a good friend of mine and former constituent, actually, Terry Kilgore. Terry and I came, or I came to the General Assembly after Terry, and he was my mentor in the House. And
look where that got you, man. Look where that got you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Here I am today, just outstanding young man.
I've been here for a while. They in my caucus, they say Kilgore's the only guy here that served with Thomas Jefferson.
Well, I've always said you're trying to outdo Lacey Putney.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here longer than him.
I don't know about that, but no, it's great to be with you. Great to see you walking the halls in support of the state police. You know that I'm a big supporter of the State Police Association, and look forward to working with you. And you know, in the past we've worked well together.
Well, we're going to be down in Bristol this year. I hope you'll come by. We're going to do our conference there at the Delta off of Exit 7. We're going to let our guys test out the casino and go downtown Bristol and see what they have to offer. So
Bristol has so much going on, Bill, right now, with not only a Hard Rock, but the downtown area, all the restaurants that have popped up, and it's just a great environment downtown Bristol is right now.
Well, you know, we work together as legislators on all the economics of that area, and you know, it's give a big boost to the area for the things that's been brought in. And I was telling David a little while ago, the natural beauty that's in our neck of the woods. I was telling him a little bit, I'm surprised you didn't have a picture of the Devil's Bathtub in here, what it looks like down there.
Oh, so. It's beautiful with all the pictures in here that we got. But
let's talk about legislation. You guys, how many bills y'all got this year? And
it's a little bit less this year because this year we have limits.
Right.
You know, we can only put in 15. And listen, this is the least amount I've ever put in 33 years. I've only got 8 bills in. But you know, we're focusing.
I wish you'd have did that while I was here.
I know. I remember I had to have you help me on some of them. But you know, we've got a lot. I'm focused a lot on budget. Language and some things of that nature. So that's what we're doing, you know, trying to make sure that we treat our folks right, you know, teachers, especially state police, sheriff deputies, things of that nature. We're trying to focus on that. Virginia is doing really well right now because we are creating jobs. We're the #1 job creator. We're the number, you know, we've announced 2 or 3 businesses in Southwest and Wise. So, you know, things are looking great. Youngkin has adopted Southwest Virginia on his way out, has the place that he wants to see economic growth. So that's really helping.
And it's been good to see a governor take a focus on a region that has been devastated. And, you know, as we watch bills and, you know, I kind of mentioned to you a little bit, you'll probably see a bill come over from the Senate on collective bargaining for public sector. We're not talking private sector. And there was a move a few years ago that allowed collective bargaining by locality, by choice. This bill basically requires them to go into it. And you're going to give a 3-member panel legislative authority more than you have. They don't even have to abide within state law.
Well, I mean, that is very troubling. You know, we've worked really hard to make sure that Virginia is the best place to live, work, and raise a family, and create that environment where businesses and we help our public sector. You know, we've been giving raises, we've been doing everything, and I would hate to see some of those raises go out the door because we're having to pay for, you know, what the administrative costs of collective bargaining, and you know, I'm not one to give up. You know, when your folks or your troopers want to talk to me about a raise, I don't want to say, hey, you can't talk to me. You got to talk to somebody behind the curtain that nobody knows that's unelected. You know, we're put here to represent our people. And I think that, you know, we've been very proactive when it comes to pay increases and things of that nature. And I would hate, you know, and then there's problems with, you know, what if there's a strike for public safety? From a public safety, just from that aspect of it alone, you know, we want to make sure that when we call 911, that we have somebody to respond. Well, that's an issue.
It is an issue, and you know, they always put in, well, we have a provision for them not to be able to strike, but there's other ways. The blue flu, everybody gets sick that day. There's other ways of doing it. and the disciplinary actions, as we see other states like Minnesota with what happened in the George Floyd case. That guy had 18 use of forces that the union protected him on, and then we see the outcry from the left about not hiring corrupt police officers, yet in unionizing public sector, that's what happens.
Well, and yeah, we have a pretty good system here in Virginia.
I agree.
You have the right to due process, and folks have a right to to the panels and the hearings and et cetera. So I think it's we don't need to the old saying, throw the baby out with the bathwater. You don't need to do that.
Absolutely.
And I just think it would be a wrong turn for the Commonwealth of Virginia, and it would put us out of step with all the other southern states. And when we recruit troopers, recruit the classes, we're competing. It's a competition for that, because other states are going to be able to offer more incentives and things like that. And when we're dealing with collective bargaining, I don't think it's going to be a good thing.
Well, we have a 3% raise coming. We'll shift to the budget. We have a 3% raise coming because the revenues are still good. Mm-hmm. And you'll see in this budget, and you probably already have, the 1.4%, which some people have misconstrued that as an additional 1.4%, but it's not. It's what Jay Lark said needs to be added to the pay chart, and everybody in the state police doesn't get that. That 1.4% basically adjusts that pay chart so it don't become compressed, and you're stuck with a $48 million price tag to fix something that Jay Lark put into place. And we've been trying to educate people on that.
And we've dealt with that compression pay, as you know. You've been very advocate for that, not only in your job now, but when you were a state senator. We had to address that, and we've attempted to address that the best we can. And I think we've made great strides in that area. So.
Well, it got fixed, and you guys did it. And then when that 1.4% was left out of it last year, it then starts changing. So we're just trying to say, look, we just got to have this. Yeah. It's not that we're asking for more than what we do for everybody else. We're asking for what Jay Lark said needs to be done to fix the chart.
Yeah.
And if there's other revenues there that we're not against the sheriff's departments and everybody else getting their fair share of raises. We know they do a job, and we know that they work hard too. It's just that, we're only at your mercy. Yeah. We have no other supplemental sources that we can go to. It's
That's
just
true.
you.
That's true. And the state police are doing a great job. Well, and, I drive the farthest than anybody to get here. Yes, you do. I see more of your folks out on the roads, and they're doing a good job. And, they respond, and it's just, and 81s is the problem. It's still, I know your troopers that are out there working 81. It's just a mess sometimes, some days. Yeah. But your guys are doing a great job keeping the traffic moving, and got to get those trucks out of that left lane though, Bill.
Well, I drive it too, I would like to see them out of the left lane also. So. Anything else you want to say?
No,
we appreciate the interview, and
thank you all. Thank your members for all they do for the Commonwealth of Virginia. We know it's a tough job. We hope that, and if they needed to contact me. I know my local troopers in my area contact me and talk to me about their concerns and their issues, and we're glad they do. But, that's why I'm concerned about a collective bargaining bill, where I can't say, hey, I can try to help you on something when my hands would be tied. So,
and that's a great example because it's so full of bad things, and it basically takes the public's input and knowledge, the transparency out of what we do here. And, it's a 3-member panel that does everything, and you have no more control, but yet you get the complaints.
We get the complaints, and we got to write the check.
And it reflects in you and your elections.
So yeah, exactly.
So thank you. And
thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.